By 2026, commercial drone operations have reached a ceiling. The baseline rules established a decade ago can no longer accommodate the scale of modern logistics, infrastructure inspection, and emergency response. 10 years after the introduction of Part 107, waivers are no longer rare exceptions. They have become the mandatory pathway for any commercial fleet attempting to scale. The Federal Aviation Administration has shifted the waiver process from a simple paperwork exercise into a strict tiered system based on specific operational risk. Approvals for high-risk operations now depend on verifiable integrated hardware solutions rather than just theoretical operational promises. Navigating this matrix is the only way to realize advanced commercial capabilities and outpace industry competitors in this maturing market. The most mature category in the modern regulatory framework is night operations, which now boasts an 89% approval rate. This high success rate stems from the FAA's confidence in this specific operational category, backed by the industry's demonstrated ability to conduct nighttime flights safely over the past decade. Because the risks are well understood, applications that meet specific criteria can now clear through automated approval pathways within 48 hours. To qualify, aircraft must meet strict hardware standards, specifically advanced anti-collision lighting that is clearly visible for 3 statute miles. Alongside the hardware, applications must include specialized night pilot training programs and targeted emergency protocols. By meeting these requirements, night operations serve as the foundation for operators to build a verifiable track record of safety with the FAA. The operations over people category carries a 76% average approval rate. This 76% average is deceptive, masking deep complexity across 4 distinct aircraft classifications. Category 1 aircraft under 0.55 pounds achieve near universal approval. Categories 2 and 3 vary widely, requiring advanced safety features like redundant flight controls and impact-resistant materials. The critical hardware for these mid-tier operations over people is often a reliable ballistic parachute system to arrest a fall during a mechanical failure. Category 4 operations introduce type certification, the highest tier of aircraft validation. Type-certificated aircraft see approval rates exceeding 95% because they hold actual airworthiness certificates from the FAA, confirming they meet rigorous design standards. Ultimately, waivers for flying over people are engineering tests. The FAA rewards operators who invest in advanced, verifiable safety hardware. Beyond visual line of sight, or BVLOS, is the most lucrative but difficult commercial capability to secure. This graph charts BVLOS approval rates from 2024 to 2026. While the current 34% approval rate is low, it represents a 12% improvement over the last 2 years. This growth is driven by the adoption of mandatory technological enablers, specifically detect and avoid systems designed to identify manned aircraft. To fly beyond visual range, operators must use radar systems capable of identifying approaching manned aircraft and automatically executing a safe evasive flight maneuver. Furthermore, full compliance with advanced remote ID tracking requirements is an absolute necessity to even be considered for a BVLOS waiver. The final hardware requirement for extended range operations is the installation of redundant, low-latency communication links with proven reliability metrics. The 66% of BVLOS applications that fail are almost exclusively those lacking these specific hardware architectures. Hardware alone does not guarantee approval. We have to look at exactly where the FAA is granting these permissions. Operations following linear corridors, like pipelines, see higher approval rates because the flight path is predictable. The FAA also favors emergency response applications integrated with public safety and rural agricultural operations occurring in environments with minimal air traffic. Point-to-point cargo delivery operations are also achieving success, provided they operate under dedicated, pre-established airspace agreements. Successful BVLOS operations are currently granted for highly structured, predictable environments, rather than open, unconstrained flight. Given these stringent requirements, commercial operators should avoid applying for complex waivers immediately. Instead, the optimal strategy is to build a clean operational track record by securing automated night operations or limited operations over people waivers first. Advancing to higher-tier waivers requires a formal safety management system, or SMS. An SMS proves that your organization utilizes systematic risk management, providing a data foundation for all subsequent complex waiver applications. To support the SMS, comprehensive data logging, safety metrics, and strict incident reporting are non-negotiable evidence of your operational competence. A successful BVLOS application is the final result of a scalable, documented safety architecture. The Part 107 framework continues to evolve, influenced by the anticipated impacts of the upcoming Part 108 rulemaking process. As advanced air mobility systems are integrated into the national airspace, operators will eventually reduce their reliance on individual waivers. The FAA is planning dedicated urban air mobility corridors for major metropolitan areas. These defined airspace volumes will provide predetermined operational parameters, removing the need for standard waiver requirements within those specific zones. Treating regulatory compliance as a strategic, hardware-driven investment provides operational capabilities that less prepared competitors simply cannot access.